There were days when I begged my mom, please don't have me go to school, because I knew I was going to be tested on something. I was the dumb kid. My name on the board, put in the corner, given the strap, always told, like, why don't you want to learn? Except I was the kid that wanted to learn more than anyone.
Despite his childhood challenges, David Chalk's early career was incredibly successful. As a tech entrepreneur, he built his own computer retail business and made millions of dollars by the age of 29. He hosted his own long-running computer info show on TV. But David had a lifelong secret which would eventually cost him his family, money, and career. David's secret began in grade 1. He could not learn to read, write, or spell. He barely scraped by in school.
Not being able to read has another whole side to it, and that is you are in a state of anxiety. And when you're in anxiety and you've been told you're dumb and you can't read, that cortisol and adrenaline literally shuts down your brain. So even if you thought you could read a little bit, pretty well goes to zero. And now you're in panic mode the entire time. Just before I graduated, I was called into the counselor's office and sat me down, and I don't remember the exact words because I think I went into shock. He said, David, you need to be prepared for the type of life you're going to live. People like you end up on the street, drugs, in jail, or dead, without any deep explanation. If it did anything, it had me realize, okay, I am going to prove that I am not that person.
Throughout his years of pain and struggle, one person inspired and encouraged David, his mother.
She had a few things she would say to me. One, always remind me to get out of my own way. Get out of your own way, and the world is your oyster. It's not conspiring against you. You're conspiring against yourself.
David set out to prove that he could be successful, but he continued to wrestle with severe anxiety and subliteracy. When he was 42, David decided to undergo testing.
When I got tested and I found out I had acute dyslexia and ADHD, it was shameful for me. And I did keep it a secret. I had assistants and people around me. I never wrote on paper. I never ever let anyone see me write or spell.
David's inability to read contracts eventually led to business failure, bankruptcy, and divorce. Then, at the age of 62, David heard about an opportunity to learn to read using a new method, and he agreed to be filmed during the process for a documentary.
How do you do a Q? I couldn't remember.
Yep. Tell me the sounds in this word. Tell me each sound.
D.
Yep, that's the letter name. You're right. So the sound that goes with it is D.
Duh.
I don't think people understand how painful it is.
How could they? People who have experienced it, they do, like you. They understand that.
Sorry.
Within walking distance were the courthouse, the governor's mansion, and the intriguing La Fonda Hotel.
Nice.
After just a couple days, 11 hours, I astounded myself. I couldn't even believe it could be real.
Oh my gosh.
4 years later, David reads voraciously. And now everyone, including his children, knows the secret he hid all his life.
Yeah, I could tell that he had challenges with reading and spelling just because he was asking us how to spell words, but I didn't realize the magnitude of it. It kind of just, it went without a diagnosis, and then once there was one, it kind of all fell together and it made sense why these things were happening.
David is now working to help others with dyslexia by developing a highly specialized AI program called Reading Road that he will make available for free to anyone, particularly those in marginalized communities.
Nearly 60% of all people read below a grade 6 level in North America. 1 million children graduate a year reading below that. As soon as I found out those statistics, I said, I gotta do something about it because the education system can't. And that's when I realized if I took everything I had ever learned, maybe that piece and that piece and that piece and my experience and the pain, and I put all that passion behind it, I could, I will say, invent a way to teach reading that was unlike anything anyone had ever done.
So it's like this growing passion he has to just help people with the struggles that he had. which is like great to see. Pushing through those difficult times has been something that's like very encouraging to see. So he's been extremely strong through what he has gone through, and I'm proud of him.
David still deals with mental health issues, but he has regained his drive, and he wishes his mother was still alive to see his transformation.
What would I do if my mother was here right now? Probably exactly what I'm doing right now, breaking down. Because I owe everything to how she kept me stable and safe. But what I want to do is I want to give other people courage by realizing what I gained from overcoming the stigma of not just not learning to read, but knowing that I was okay, really true to the core.